Yes, good morning. Savva here from Football Heritage TV. Hope you are well. Lots of people sent me some nice messages in the last week. Everything is fine. I just didn't think there was really a lot to talk about. So I thought I don't want to flog a dead horse. I see that sometimes the content can get a bit too much. So welcome back to Football Heritage TV. Tottenham, it feels like we've not played for ages and ages and ages. So much so that I had to think this morning of, what was our last game? I couldn't remember. And then it came back to me that it was losing to Wolves. But fear not, we have got Crystal Palace this weekend at home. Crystal Palace, who have got a new manager bounce maybe. They won their first game under Glasner 3-0 against, you could say bottom of the table, second bottom of the table 10-man Burnley. But what effect will that have on their visit to White Hart Lane? I fully expect Tottenham to blow Crystal Palace away with no excuses. I'm done with the excuses for this season. I've seen many from fans, YouTubers, pundits, so many excuses all year. The excuses for me went away a long time ago when we got our players back and still were playing poorly. That I was told we were only playing poorly because our players were out. We're still playing poorly with the players back. Still look defensively shaky with our players back. Still can't pass the ball. And for me, this is where it's got to stop. The rut has got to stop. So what's happened in the last 10 days or so? So we've seen Liverpool win the League Cup with a hard-fought battle against Chelsea. We have seen Man City, Arsenal and Liverpool go into a kind of freeway battle at the top with some big games to come. Arsenal playing away at Tottenham, Arsenal playing away at Man City. Man City have got to play away at Anfield. Man City have got to play away at Tottenham. Liverpool have got some tough away games in there as well. So it's going to be very interesting, scary to see what Arsenal are doing. To think we had fans that said we were better than Arsenal. Worrying how anyone looked at us and thought we were better than them. They are a class above us. I hate to say, please don't shoot the messenger, but they are a class above us. Please do smash the like button as you come in, and very, very welcome to you all. Let's see who's in the house before we get going. Before we do that, actually, a couple of things in the last 10, 11 days. Ryan Sessegnon needs another bit of surgery. When are Spurs going to cut their losses? I've seen lots of creators now suddenly coming around to this idea that Spurs aren't as good as they said we were when they were talking about winning titles. And now all of a sudden we need more quality, which is funny because it's what some of us have been saying since the beginning, but we're called negative for such information. Big up to Nick Collison in the house. How you doing, bro? I hope you're all right. So great to see you back, Savva. Top guy, sending love. And let's all smash those likes. Big up to you. Big up to Get the Fraud Arteta out of my club. So big up, Savva. Long time no see. Good to see you back. And my boys have missed your streams and debates in the morning. Yeah, well, I'm back. I'm back. Here I am. Look, I'm back. I didn't, with Spurs not playing for 2 weeks, I just felt that, every kind of stream I've watched about Tottenham, it feels really forced in the last 10 days. It feels like people are really struggling for things to talk about. So I didn't want to be that guy. But big up to you. Big up to Dan Skyline, as always. Hope you're well, my friend. Big up to Tony Rodriguez. Hope you're well, my friend. Another channel member is 7_SC. Big up to you as well. Video complete Sofian has said, morning, Savva. Imagine if we had prime Son on the left, prime Bale on the right, and prime Dele in the 10 and Harry Kane. The team would have won us the league. Yeah, if the one thing I would have done there, though, is I would have had prime Bale on the left and Sonny can go out to the right because Sonny can't lace Gareth Bale's boots. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Unfortunately, that's not how football works, is it? Unfortunately, it's not how it works. 7SC has been a channel member for 6 months, so big up to you. I hope you are well, and thank you very much for all your support. Good morning to Bill, who said, morning, mate. And by the way, put in any questions that you've got, any talking points for the last 10 days. It doesn't just have to be Tottenham Hotspur, and we'll be able to go through them all. Let me know if there's anything that's happened that you are laughing at, that you're happy at. I'm seeing rumours that we are definitely buying Neto, and then the next day I see rumours that we're buying, is it Philogene Badais or whatever his name is from Hull? And I think, well, that one seems more plausible, doesn't it? The whole will they, won't they buy Timo Werner is there. Lots of different things going on in and around Tottenham Hotspur. Good morning to you, Bill. Brother, I hope you are well. Video complete. Sofian said, who do you think is our biggest rival, Chelsea or Arsenal? I mean, look, Arsenal geographically at the moment, league positional wise. I mean, you could say either, depending which way if you look up or down the table. Let me just have a quick look at the table. I mean, Chelsea are 11 points behind us. Arsenal are 11 points in front of us. It depends which way you look. But all I know is we're nowhere near challenging an Arsenal team for their league position right now. Good morning, Phil P. Hope you're well, brother. Good morning to you, doing your work and listening in to here. So big up to you. 7SC has said he finds our Chelsea games are more intense with the amount of bookings both teams get. Yeah, it's sort of become a thing more than ever, hasn't it? The whole Tottenham Chelsea thing. By the way, get some questions in. Let's see what you all think about Tottenham at the moment. Get your questions in. Get your talking points in. It doesn't have to be a question, just a talking point. Put a capital Q if it's a question. TP if it's a talking point, and we can go through it. Phil has said, yeah, for him, it's always Arsenal due to the history, moving from South London and then taking our spot in the top league. Yeah, so I think, listen, I agree. I do think it's Arsenal, but there's definitely a rivalry there with Chelsea, right? And Phil has gone on to say, like on your way in, you lovely people, and the dodgy people as well. So big up to the dodgy people and the lovely people. Good morning to Kate in the house. Hope you're well, Kate. Hope you are doing fine this morning or this evening, wherever you are in the world. Billy Andrews has said, morning, Savva. Can you see some similarities with Spurs and Ange when Klopp took over at Liverpool? Took him a season or two for him to get it right. I see similarities. The difference is I see that Liverpool bought better footballers. My worry is that it's not Ange. My worry is not Ange, and I think people get this misconstrued. I think Ange is a good manager. I'm not going to go overboard. He's a good manager. But like any of the managers that have come before him, I think you're only as good as the signings you make. And when I look at a lot of the 10 signings we've made underneath Ange, whoever it is signing those players, some leave a lot to be desired. People want to back it all the time. That's fine. I get it. Everyone wants to back their club. But if we're going to back the Brennan Johnson signings, the Timo Werners, the Solomons, the Valise, the Ashley Phillips, if we're gonna, the Kulusevskis, if we're going to back all those signings, that's great. But that doesn't, Liverpool weren't buying those types of players when Klopp arrived. Liverpool were buying Sadio Mane's, Mo Salah's, Fabinho's, Wijnaldum's. They were buying Bobby Firmino's. They were buying Virgil van Dijk's, Alisson's, Andy Robertson's. And until you buy players of that caliber, you're not going to compete. And that's just the way it is. I know people will go, oh, that's not true. It is. Liverpool buy those players. Man City buy those players. They're the best two teams in the country. Arsenal are now starting to buy better players. Declan Rice going in. What a wonderful footballer Declan Rice is. You've got to start buying the upper echelons of players. It doesn't have to be world class. I'm not saying every player has to be world class, but you've got to add quality. And unfortunately for me, Spurs keep buying a lot of average players, and then our fans will do their best. Not all fans. Our fans will do their best. Look at, for example, if you look at, sorry, I got completely sidetracked now. I don't know where my brain went. If you look at, I completely lost my trail of thought there. Absolutely lost my trail of thought. So I'll move on. If you look at what's needed to compete with the top clubs, it's not Timo Werner's coming in. And if you look at the stick I got, do you remember the day that Timo Werner was announced? And I did a video, and it said Timo Werner, really? And everyone lambasted me. Oh my God, Savva, you're so negative. Savva, you don't like Spurs. And loads of other creators. Oh my God, Werner is great. We couldn't do better. Who could you get better? These aren't the signings you need. These aren't the signings. That's fine if you want to stay between sort of 4th and 7th all your life. If you want to go higher, you've got to get better players in. Big up Phil said, like I always say, results, not excuses. Absolutely. No more excuses. Absolutely. Joe said, yes, Savva, been a while. Good morning to you and the chat. I can't wait, but can until Spurs play. As I said, I fully expect, Joe, and good morning to you. I fully expect Spurs. No excuses. I fully expect Spurs to beat Crystal Palace. No excuses at all. Palace are missing their best 4 players, aren't they? Elise, Eze, Doucouré, and Mark Guehi. They're missing their arguably their 4 best players. No excuses at all. Tony, big up to you. I said, big up Savva. First time in a little while. I'm not convinced Spurs will win. Recent form has me doubtful. I hear you, but we've got to. We've absolutely got to, Tony. We've got to win, right? We'll look at the Premier League table in a while. I'm just looking to see who Aston Villa have got next. Aston Villa are playing Luton, and then they've got us. So if Aston Villa win their next 2 games, they could be gone from us. So we've really got to win. We've really, really got to win this. Tony has said, morning, Savva. Spurs to beat Palace, surely. Got to. All the excuses I saw after the Wolves game was a little bit embarrassing for how Wolves came to our ground and beat us so easily. Can't have it with Palace. We simply can't have it. Big up, Phil. How you doing, bro? I said, big up, Savva. Hope you're well. I am fine and dandy. It has to be a win Saturday. No excuses. It has to be a convincing win as well for me. A 90-minute performance. I agree. We need to see a performance. I don't think... I'm just going to have a look. I'm just going to have a look at all our games. I can't remember. Sorry, 1 second. Standings, Premier League. If we look at Tottenham's games, I'm looking to see what... We didn't play well against Wolves. We didn't play well against Brighton, even though we got the win. We weren't good at Everton. I didn't think we were particularly good against Brentford. I thought we were really poor against Man City. Man United was okay. I thought we were poor against Burnley. I thought we were okay against Bournemouth. We were poor when we were battered at Brighton. Everton for 60 minutes were all over us. It's been a long time since we've played well. And I think we need to have a performance that shows what all this hype is about. I'm seeing lots of videos around Spurs don't need a plan B. And I get loads of comments every day saying, oh, Ange's plan is this and Ange won't do this and Ange will do that. At the end of the day, it's going to be naive. You've got to bend a little bit. Good morning to John Clark. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to John Ellis Hall as well. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Good morning to you. Good morning. Big up Phil P with a super chat. Said Gary Neville, the lyrical gangster we didn't know we needed. Yeah, I'll be honest. I did think, bear in mind, bear with me 1 second. I did think he was a little disrespectful, but funny, but disrespectful. But yes, Gary Neville making the headlines this week for varying different reasons. Please do smash that like button. There's only 46 likes. Let's get that to 100 ASAP. Kate said, thank goodness you are back. Love your show. Big up to you, Kate. Hope you're well, my friend. Stanley Kush said, man like Savva, welcome back. Thank you. I've not been anywhere, by the way. I didn't intentionally take time off. I was thinking what show to do. I didn't want to be one of those YouTubers that puts a video out about fake news. So I just thought, let's just wait until we get closer to the game. And here we are. Tony in AC has said he feels bad for Sessegnon, but can't believe a young guy with so many injuries. Never thought anyone would be more injured than Anston. Must be made a Weetabix. It's just not worked for him, is it? It's not worked. Levy to buy Messi confirmed. Video complete. Sofiane said he would take Bakayoko over Pedro Neto. Cheaper and not injury prone. I'd take both. I think we need so much. I keep seeing people talking about, oh, Spurs can sign 2 players. For me, I think Spurs need 7, 8, 9, 10 footballers. I think this squad needs a lot of players dropped in. I think we need wingers all over the place, if I'm honest. Aqua Subs, big up to you. Week away. Happy to be back. Absolutely, my friend. Kate has said we need to buy quality in. Yeah, absolutely. Ambiguous gender said, Sav, did you follow your dad's team or support Spurs of your own volition? My dad wasn't a football fan, so no, I didn't. So I followed. The first game I was ever taken to was Tottenham when I was that big. I'm probably a bit bigger than that, but you know what I mean. And it went from there. By the way, watching Liverpool in the last two games, playing kid after kid after kid after kid, and we couldn't even give Alfie Dorrington half an hour throughout a defensive injury crisis. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Beyond 72, I said Arsenal for me, but when I was going, I felt more hate at West Ham than Arsenal. Okay, so West Ham being chucked into this rivalry banner. Video complete Sofiane said Liverpool have better scouts than us. That's why we bought better footballers. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a second, but that's what's got to change. That's what this whole scouting team was for, right? This whole new overthrow of sporting director or technical director of football scouts was so that we could buy better players than Brennan Johnson and Timo Werner. But there we are. And then you've got fans celebrating Timo Werner. So when you've got that, we can't then in the same breath be surprised that we're not winning things. You've got to buy better players. Bill said, I wonder if Ange will play those kids at Liverpool next season. Oh, God, he won't be there. I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool. I'll be honest. I don't think he's done anything to show that he could manage Liverpool Football Club. I think he's too naive for a big club like that have to win every week. I think he's too naive. Richard said, just give it time. Then we bring in Werner and Johnson, etc. Yeah, listen, I agree. I agree with you, Rich. I completely agree with you. Aquasubs has said, don't you think we don't have the wingers to do a Postecoglou system, so we should change formation to suit the players? We got a back three with wing backs or a 4-3-1-2 can still be progressive in different formation. Aquasubs, my worry with this is he's bought a number of those wingers. He bought in Kulu, Werner, Brennan Johnson, and Solomon. The four wingers that we've got are his players. He's bought them in. So this is the worrying thing. If we're saying that we haven't got the players to play his system, then what are we doing? Would love to go for Eze, but again, another injury-prone player. Would we pay for him? Shem Tan, good morning to you, my friend. Said, good morning, Sav. I hope you're well. Why am I so anxious about this Palace game? I just don't seem to have the confidence in my team these days. I think it's ingrained to us as Spurs fans. Spurs are capable of winning this game 4 or 5-0. We're equally capable of messing it up. And it's madness. It's madness. Ben, I said, be honest, please. No one knew Salah would hit those numbers before he signed. Maybe they didn't know he was going to hit those numbers. But if anyone had watched Mo Salah at Roma and at Fiorentina, he was superb. He was superb. And he wasn't a Brennan Johnson or a Timo Werner. So it's not about smashing that exact number, but, it's about doing better. Patrick is in fear that we lose on Saturday. Big up, Patrick. I don't think we will. We've got to win. I think we're going to win. We've got to. 2 weeks off. No excuses. Players are back fit. 2 weeks of not playing. They're going to have energy in their legs. I want to see a much better performance. Who is the better player, Gaza or Modric? Was an interesting debate on Mia's channel, Spurs Between the Line. For me, Gaza is the best, but ruined by injuries and demons. Modder's the best career. I'd go along with that. I think Modric is one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. I think Gaza, the demons, I think it was the demons is the word you said there. Yeah, killed his career. But one of the best footballers I think I've ever seen play, Gaza. So, yeah, feel great. Can you imagine both of them in midfield? The Boomverse said past managers are now Ange are not the problem. Levy and Enoch will be until they are out. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, my friend. I'm not disagreeing with you. As I've said, people can praise Postecoglou till the cows come home, whatever that saying actually means. They can praise him till the cows come home. unless you get better quality. Look, we are. I mean, if you look at it right now, we are 1 second. Quickly, Savva. We are 13 points off the top of the table. It tells you, doesn't it? That's a huge golfing class. That's 5 games. That's 5 wins off the top of the table. It tells you you've got to have better quality. Big up to Daniel Field. I hope you're well, my brother. I hope you are well. Where are we? There we are. Phil Pearce said, from memory, I thought you were pretty balanced on Timo when he signed. Mate, I was just a bit like, yeah, it's another average signing that doesn't do anything to get the heart going. You know what I mean, Phil? It doesn't get my blood going. Oh, I must go and watch Timo Werner play. And I think from watching him, he looks crap. I'm just gonna say it. I just think a couple of assists and everyone goes mad. Yeah, not for me. I'm demanding we beat Palace without conceding, says Stanikush. Big up to you, Stanikush. Yeah, we've got to. For me, we've got to. Oh, hang on. Why is my computer trying to tell me to log in Spotify? Chris Sperring. Good morning, Chris. One of my favourites said, good morning, my man. I'm actually worried about the Glasner effect on Saturday. We haven't played well for ages. And if we aren't at it Saturday, this has got a draw written all over it. Look, I do worry. I've said it before. Yeah, you know, Spurs are capable of battering them. We are, but we've not seen it for a very long time. We're also capable of doing what we did against Wolves, overplaying, no real forward thrust. I don't know. I really don't know, but we've got to win. No excuses. Morning to you, George. I hope you're well. Morning to you. Stanley Cusher said, our under-21 team, a really good Saturday. Showed me with some quality players in that team. Yes, but he just does not want to play any of them, does he? Trevor Griggs is a Savva, but you've been proven wrong on Chelsea. Now you will have to admit they're a crap team with crap overrated players. Sure, a crap team that got to one final. They're now in another quarter-final of a cup, while Spurs got knocked out very early in both rounds. For me, Spurs should not be throwing stones in glass houses when we talk about other teams being crap. This is the most decorated football team of the last 2 decades, and Spurs in that time have won 1 League Cup. So for me, I just think before we get all high and mighty and talk about other teams, Chelsea this season could make 2 finals, and Spurs didn't even get past the first round of the League Cup. Tony, as a Savva, we are missing the technically gifted striker. Richy doesn't cut the mustard. We've been spoiled with Kane. Tony, for sure. I think the problem was, as always, he has, he had a purple patch where he scored some tap-ins and everyone went, oh my God, Richy. Everyone was wrong about him. The guy is awful. His hold-up play is dreadful. His touch is dreadful. And the problem is fans are too reactionary. I see it a lot with YouTubers, especially. A player has 5 or 6 good games and they go, oh, I'm wrong. I'm in the mud. I won't ever say that. In the mud, why? Because the guy's had a good purple patch. I look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is he is not very good. So I agree with you. Good morning. AJ said, good morning, Savva, you big, beautiful bastard. You haven't been on for a while, or maybe I've just missed you. Hope everything is okay. No, I've not been. I don't think I've streamed since last Thursday. So I think it's been a week. But I didn't feel there was anything really to discuss. But big up to you. Hope you're well. John has said he is keeping his feet firmly on the ground in regards to Daniel Levy, Ange and the team until the end of the season, summer transfer window. Then we will have a better idea of where we're going. Yeah. I just feel it is what it is, John. It's the same what we see every year, right? But what I would say is the same. Please do smash the like button, people. Only 59 likes, nearly 200 of you in here. Please do smash that button. Good morning to Angus. Must be a very happy Angus right now. Arsenal flying up that table. Some big games coming up in that title race. Stanley Cusher said Donnelly, Santiago, Dorrington and Lancashire all need serious minutes. I watched Liverpool in the final against Chelsea, and then I watched them with my mate last night who's a Liverpool fan. And I'm just seeing Liverpool playing kid after kid after kid and go on and win the game 3-0. Then they bring on more kids. You think we can't even give Santiago Donnelly, Dorrington, Phillips, Lancashire. We can't give them 5 minutes. It's embarrassing if you think about it. Bill said, I fully agree with your view on Postecoglou, Sav, but I still think he's going there. He's got the body language of every previous manager and has developed a cough. Listen, I think every manager that comes to Spurs develops that body language of, well, this is as good as it gets. But we'll see. We'll see. And good morning. And thank you so much to one of my very good friends, Martin Knightsbridge, who said, morning, Sav, I hope you're good. I'm flying over today and taking my son to the game. It's our first game together for 20 years, praying for a win. Well, Martin, as always, we want Spurs to win. But I'm praying for you, for Spurs to win even more, for you and your son to enjoy the game. And I hope you and your son have some really good bonding time. Thank you so much for the super chat. And come on, you Spurs, we've got to smash Palace. I want to see a nice I want to be 3-0 up at half time. I want to be one of those games where we're 3-0 up at half time. We never have them anymore. But big up to you, Martin, and thank you so much for the super chat. Big up to Angus, who has said, loving watching my team at the moment. We're unstoppable. This time last week, I watched you lose to Porto. So unstoppable. You've lost one of your last 2 games. That's not quite unstoppable, is it? Bill has backed it up. Yes. Porto. Absolutely. Angus, doesn't matter how it went in. You lost the game, right? You're not unstoppable. You're looking good. You're looking very good. Hats off. Got to say it. Arsenal are playing the way Spurs fans think Postecoglou's Spurs team play. They look very, very good. Aquasub said, you said he was too naive for a top 3 club, Savva. I agree. I also think he's pointlessly stubborn. Agree. Those wingers were his bad calls. I just don't get it. Listen, I'm not knocking him, but my point is this, is if you go and manage Man City, Liverpool, chuck Arsenal if they want, Man United, if you go and manage these teams that have a history of success, you can't just go gung-ho every game and think that you are going to win. You have to manage those games out. You have to know when to kill the game off. You have to know when to put your foot on the ball for 10, 15 minutes and take the sting out of it. And people call it brave. That's fine, but that's not how those top clubs play. Video completed said Salah was a Chelsea reject, then he became class. De Bruyne was a Chelsea, and then he became class. That's why I would keep Werner. I'm sorry, I don't see the link between the two. You do realise that De Bruyne and Salah were at Chelsea when they were very young. Werner is 28. If you listen, as I say, if fans want Timo Werner and players like that, cool. But don't ever then tell me that you want to win leagues and you want to win cups. You don't win it with that sort of player. Love Bill. Absolutely love him. Chris has said my first Tottenham game was Tottenham Hotspur v Notts County, March 91. I was 8 and taken by my Man U supporting dad. It's been emotional ever since. So that would have been 2 months before we won the FA Cup. Chris, big up to you. Wow, Notts County, in the days when Notts County were in the top tier. I remember those days very well. KM Hong said he wants to see Werner, Son and Kulu up top, Solomon on the left, if fit. We'll get into that more in tomorrow's show, definitely. I remember Salah playing for Fiorentina at the Lane. Yes, he was all over us. I remember being at that game and thinking, wow. I remember watching him loads for Roma and Fiorentina, and I thought he was excellent. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Daniel. Said when the cows come home is to do with aliens abducting cows. I did not know that, but thank you very much. You learn something new every day. Dude, I'm so sorry if your doggy passed away. Sorry. Heart goes out to you, brother. I don't know what I'd do if one of my two went. So listen, just remember the good times is all I can say. Good morning to Tyrell Gunner. Big up and good morning to you. Good morning to you, my friend. I hope you are well. Patrick has said big pressure on Ange to get a result on Saturday. I think what helped massively was Fulham beating Man United. So look, Villa have got Luton away. If Villa win that game, if Villa win and Spurs don't, it's an 8-point gap. We simply have to win if we want to keep up with Villa. Just the girl who loves Spurs. Good morning, Kate. How are you doing, my friend? Morning. I am very well. I hope you're well. I saw you yesterday was yesterday, the day before on a stream, and you looked very well. So big up to you. Hope you and Jim are doing well. Kate, just a quick one. How many of those Liverpool players now get into our first 11? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just joking, just being cheeky. Hope you are well. Hope you are well. Aquasubs has said, I wanted Glasner or Nagelsmann in the summer. I think they'll have a bounce and beat us, unfortunately. I still think we'll win. But we'll see. We'll see. Video Complete thinks Will Lancashire is the next Harry Kane. Well, it remains to be seen. We'll see. I mean, at the moment, we're not giving any of these kids any minutes at all, which I think is poor, to be brutally honest. In a year that was helping us transition, I do think it's quite poor that we've not given any of these kids any minutes. Stanikush has said, if we don't beat Palace Saturday, there will be zero momentum going into the Villa game. The pressure is on. Yeah, look, Villa at Villa Park. Don't like it. Scared of it. Villa will be up for it. Will we be up for it? I just got a feeling that they're going to know how to play us. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but that's why we have to beat Crystal Palace. Absolutely 7SC. So come on, guys. Right now, 7SC, there's 206 people in here and only 71 likes. So smash that like button, and super chats are available if you would like to help and support the channel that way. Let's hope so. I really, really do hope so. He's not for me at all. Good morning to Lee, one of the Spurs Unleashed crew. There will be no Spurs Unleashed tonight. We'll be back next week after we've played. So we will have Spurs Unleashed next week. But big up to Lee. And Lee will be with us next week unless he is busy. But he will be there as far as I'm aware. Big up to George. Said, morning all. Smash the like. Everyone, please. Yes, please do that. Please do that. Phil Pierce said, for the Palace game, me, my kids, my dad, plus 2 cousins flying in and my brother getting involved too. Strongest possible squad in Park Lane for the must-win game. Big up Phil P and the P family, all going down to White Hart Lane. Big up to you. Kate is worried about the high line of ours. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? It said Kane might come back to the Premier League. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Harry Kane. I can't see it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Morning to Yido67. Good morning, my friend. I hope you're well. I know they've lost their last 6 finals. I think they lost their last 6. Did I see right yesterday that they've been in 5 of the last 7 FA Cup finals, which is mad. I think Spurs haven't made an FA Cup final since 1991. Stanley Kusher said Liverpool are so brave with their kids, unlike us. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I find it a bit embarrassing, to be honest, that we don't give any of them a go. This is a Liverpool team that are still in all 4 competitions that play kids. Now, yes, they've got injuries, but even throughout the season, they've been playing people like Clark and Doak and Bradley. And, yesterday was Kumas and Dans and McConnell and is it Iomi who came on, who's 16? Spurs we don't give anyone a chance. And I was told by all the Postecoglou fans that he gives you for chance. He'll not seen it. Big up Phil has said, Savva, do you expect a trophy next season? Phil, if I'm honest, I gave up expecting trophies. I don't think we're good enough. Phil, I've said it a number of times. I don't think we're good enough. I do not think we're good enough to win trophies. You look at it again. If we look at the FA Cup, hang on, let's have a look at, if we look at the FA Cup, nope, that's the League Cup. If we look at the FA Cup clubs that are left in, Chelsea, Man City, Man U, Liverpool, Newcastle, that's 5 of the last 8 that are left in. And then you've got Wolves, who are in the top 8 of the Premier League as well, Coventry and Leicester. You look at that, this is how difficult it is to win a trophy. Chelsea and Liverpool in a final last week. You've got to buy the quality for me. Got to buy quality. No, not all fans, Angus. Not all fans. Big up Philly, my brother from another mother. I said, everyone in the magnificent chat, big up to you lot as well. Big up to you, Philly. Hope you're well, my friend. John Clark said, Savva, do you think Levy will please or disappoint us in the summer? I'm not convinced he'll buy big names. I think Levy will do what Levy always does. I think we'll get 1 or 2 that we go good signings, like a Van de Ven and a Madison. Then we're going to get 1 or 2 where you go, that's all right. So Vicario, Kulusevski, and then you get 3 or 4 where you go, meh. That's what I think we'll do. That's just my... I say it's just my opinion. It's what we do every summer. I don't think anything's changed. We'll see. Vibrant Copper said, Palace have a new manager. Might have a new manager run, stroke luck. Well, let's hope not. We should be beating Palace, even with a new manager. We should be beating Palace. Stanley Kush said, Arsenal have a tough run of games in the coming months. They will choke. Listen, I don't know about choking. I still don't think they're as good as the other two. I do still think they'll finish third. But we've got to take our hats off to them. They look superb. They went away from that 2-week break. They come back and they look brilliant. Can't knock them for it. They look brilliant. And how much better than us are they? Which is worrying. Angus doesn't see Arsenal losing in the league for a while. Let's have a look at Arsenal's fixtures, shall we? Before we say that, let's have a look. So in the Premier League, Arsenal have Sheffield United away. I think they'll win that. Brentford at home, they'll win that. Man City away, they'll lose that. And then Luton at home, I think they'll win that. I think you'll win 3 of your next 4. I think you win 3, lose 1 of your next 4. I think Man City will beat you at their ground. I truly do. No one beats them at their own back garden. Daniel Harris has said, Savva, you're back. Big up. Big up to you, Daniel. Said, is it just me that was actually relieved not to watch Spurs for 2 weeks? We know it's going to be a messy game v Palace. I'll be honest, I miss it because it's always there every week, but I don't miss it from what we've been watching. I think we've been really poor to watch. Lots of people keep saying to me, oh, you wanted to watch really good football. Well, yeah, but we're not seeing really good football, so we'll see. Philly said, remember when Arsenal fans said they were winning the league after Arsenal beat Newcastle? Didn't Spurs beat Newcastle by 4 goals with the useless pigeon scoring 2? Just saying. Look, we'll see. Look, let's be honest. The games I've just mentioned, Arsenal should win their next 2, right? They should be beating Brentford and Sheffield United. The big game for me there is going to be at Man City. If we look at Man City's games, again, Man City have got some tough games coming up. They've got Man United at the weekend. I think they'll win that one comfortably. Then they go to Liverpool, and then it's Arsenal. So they've got some tough games there. We'll know more in 3 Premier League games time. We'll know more. The gap could be big. The gap could be small. Arsenal could have overtaken them. You just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Let's go back to the comments. Let's see what we've got. Martin said he was at the Madrid v Sevilla game on Sunday, and Valise came on in the second half. And he's a unit when you see him close up, and he got stuck in and looked comfortable. Another player we bought in, didn't want to play, gone out on loan. It's just worrying for me that this is what we're going to keep buying. But yeah, it is what it is. Verbatim has said fans should support the manager. It doesn't mean blindly trusting in whatever he does and believe he is infallible. The guy's a mere mortal and makes mistakes. Agreed. We turn into a fan base, though, that not all the fans, but we've turned into a majority of a fan base where if you say anything, it's no, it's brilliant. I'm watching Spurs at the moment, and I think we look very naive as a football team. It's okay to say that. Rooksy Pop said, we have a title race on our hands. Big up, Rooksy. Big up to you, brother. Yeah, we do. We'll see. We'll know more. We'll know more after that Man City-Arsenal game. I mean, Man City have got Arsenal, Liverpool. If I'm not wrong, sorry, Man City have got United, Liverpool, Arsenal in their next 3. If City win all 3 of them, I think the title's theirs. I remember this, Darren. I remember Salah tearing Spurs apart for Basel as well. Yeah, he's a good player. Chris has said, that's right, mate. It was the FA Cup quarter-final. We beat Notts County 2-1. Gaza scored. We know how that season played out. Gaza free kick against the arse and then beat Forest. Yeah, the years when we used to win trophies and that was the metric of success. I don't know. Does anyone know what's going on with Eze and Elise? Are they fit to face Spurs? I don't know. Daniel has said, scary that Liverpool's academy kids are probably better than our first team. I tell you what, they're bringing through talent, aren't they? They really, really are. Good morning to Aryan, who has said, good morning, Savva. I love your channel. Thank you very much. I'm nervous against Palace. My favourite current players are Basuma, Maddison, Werner and Son. I can't agree with you on the Werner bit, but big up to you. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy watching us over the coming months and years, hopefully. Yes, I fully expect you to beat Porto. I think that you'll probably overrun them too much in the second leg at Arsenal. I fully expect you to batter them, if I'm honest. But as a Spurs fan, I hope that is not true, but I do think it will happen. But remember, I've said this, Angus, because you've got a habit of then when you go and beat them, you'll go, Savva, you said we'd lose, when I clearly think you'll win. Richy Popper said, I think Spurs will find it hard to overtake the top three. They're all so good. Yeah, if you don't buy the quality, you don't overtake the top players. It's that simple. I think it's that simple. Good morning, Frankie. Hope you're well, my friend. Said morning, Savva. Brilliant stream so far, as always. Big up if you feel the same as Frankie. If you think it's been a brilliant stream, then please be so kind to smash that like button. Only 90 likes so far, and over 240 of you in the house. Good morning to R709. Good morning to you, my friend. Eze is not definitely out. He could play this weekend. Right. Okay. We'll see. We'll see if he plays. He's a good player. But hey, it is what it is. Daniel Harris, to be fair, has said, Angus, can't stand your lot, but my God, they're playing well. Everything some of our fans pretend Ange boys. Completely agree. Completely agree. And the thing is, I don't expect Spurs to be playing like that so soon. It goes to show, when I've been saying, Daniel, and you've been saying all year, it's going to take time, patience. We're seeing that. All the people saying, oh, we're better than Arsenal. Bill has said, we're the best keeper, left and right back, centre-back, midfielder and purple patch attacker in the league. Didn't you know, Sav? Yeah, I just think everyone goes overboard. You know, I hear that Udogie's better than Nathan Ake at left back. He's not. I hear that Udogie's better than, I'm not picking on Udogie, but he's better than Andy Robertson. No, he's not. You know, it's things like that. Bentancur's better than, no, he's not. You know, like we just get a bit too carried away about how good some of these players actually are. I hope so, but the way Arsenal are playing at the moment scares the crap out of me. I'm not going to lie to you. Phil has said Villa have to play many of the top sides, just like Spurs do. Difference maker could be we play City and Arsenal at the Lane, whereas Villa have to play them away. Yeah, Phil, big games. There's some big games. Think as well, the game is it next week at Villa? Hang on, when's the game at Villa? Bear with me 1 second. Oh, Aston Villa. So Spurs v Villa on the 10th of March. So next weekend, that's going to be a huge game, Phil. It's going to be a huge game. At that point, they could be 8 points clear of us if they beat us. Or depending on tomorrow's night result, it could be 11. So big week ahead. Philly has said Arsenal should beat Porto at home, but I suggest Arsenal fans watch Serie A and the Spanish league before running their mouths about winning the Champions League. Do you know what? I keep hearing Arsenal are one of the best teams in the Champions League. Not from the showing I've seen of them in the Champions League, I must say. But I tell you what, the team to watch out for massively is Inter Milan. They are phenomenal. Watch Inter Milan play football. They are brilliant at the moment. I don't know if anyone watches them week in, week out. I have been lately, and they look good. Aaron Robinson said, morning, Savva. Glad to be back. I've missed you for a while. We need a result. I do trust Ange. He's still the man for the job. Yeah, listen, I've got no problem with Ange. I've never had a problem with Ange. My problem is whether this club will act how we always act, or whether we're going to keep buying Brennan Johnsons and players like that. Lee has said, no Eze, no Elise, no Guehi. The Palace game must be in our favour. Lee and no Decore, I think, as well, who's their best centre mid. Daniel has said, Kane is not coming back because he had one season without a cup. Obviously, Bayern will come roaring back next season. Kane will be there 4 years. Let's be real. I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think the difference is when Spurs fans see Bayern not win anything, they go, oh my God, they've not won. They'll go and win stuff next year. That's just what they do. We don't. Bill has said, what Klopp has done this last 2 games has made Ange annoy me, if I'm being honest. Well, it goes to show you can chuck in kids, doesn't it? I agree. It's not like Dorrington and Phillips can do any worse than Davis or Dyer at the start of the season. Yeah, but we still had fans who would have rather had Dyer. Savva, would Klopp be playing the youth if his first team players weren't injured? He has no choice. Hang on. I said that. If you look throughout this season, sorry, how old is Harvey Elliott? Yeah? You think Connor Bradley has been playing loads. Doak's been playing. In the Europa League, they've been playing the kids. So, listen, at the end of the day, come on. Frank, in. Oi. Quickly. Frank, come in. Sorry, 1 second, people. We're having an interruption for the dogs. Release the hounds. Hello, boys. Sorry, Frank and Stewie have entered the building. Shem, the difference is we also had horrific injuries and didn't play them. So we've been in the exact same position. Chris said, I gave up expecting trophies in 92. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. Angus, I don't think it's the majority of our lot. All the sensible Spurs fans didn't think we were better than Arsenal. Here you go. We won't lose to Man City. It's already started. They will batter you. I agree. City will slap Arsenal. I think it's all started. It's all started. Angus, just give it a break. Oh my God. Huey Golfer said Arsenal peak early. City will be there at the end, and that's why they're champions. I agree. Bill, yeah, Cam Tinley seems to have disappeared since Spurs haven't been doing so well because he knows that he can't just sit there and say everything is nice with Postecoglou. Get the forward Arteta. Macabre said, Savva, I think we have a chance at winning at the Etihad. Their defence is shaky at the moment. It's a slim chance, but it's a chance. I keep hearing they've got a shaky defence. They've won 17 of their last 18 games. I mean, it can't be that shaky if no one's beating them, can it? Good morning to Rights Wildlife. I hope you're well, my friend. Good morning to you, brother. I hope you're well. People saying Elise is injured. Elise is out for a while, but believe Eze is still out for now. Philly has told Angus to keep off the Arteta Kool-Aid. It's not healthy, and it will be a long season of disappointment. Yeah, I agree. It's such a wonderful name. Verbatim said, Pep on players returning from injury. I cannot give 3 or 4 games in a row in order to get the rhythm. They have to take a rhythm to play 20 minutes, 90 minutes in the high level. You cannot wait. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you're talking about the best manager with the best team there. Bill said, Jason Kumas, Neil Dans and Lee Clark's kids are professional footballers. I feel old. I completely agree. As I was watching the game last night, I literally sat there and thought, God, I remember all their dads very, very well. Where are we? How long do you think Drag will take before he gets the hump being a sub? Listen, I don't know. For me, I'm really disappointed that Ange hasn't decided to give him a game yet, hasn't started him in a single game of football. I'm really disappointed at that. I must say, you go and buy these players, people go overboard. Oh my God, look who Spurs have signed, and then the manager doesn't even pay them. Listen, you say what you want. Nathan Ake for me is solid. Nathan Ake for me is absolutely solid. I don't care about pace. He is solid. This is the Tottenham mentality. Watch Man City. Watch Ake on the ball. Watch Ake in the tackle. I know I'm having all day, every single day. Rights Wildlife has said Inzaghi is a great coach doing wonders. Yeah, they are so good. They've let in. Let me just make sure I've got this right. They have let in. Where are we? Italy, Serie A. They've let in 12 goals in 26 games. 12 in 26. Madness. Video complete said Inter Milan are very strong defensively and Lautaro Martinez is on fire. Lautaro Martinez, when is he not on fire? This guy, for the last 5-6 years, scores 30 plus every year. This guy is a beast. And I remember seeing Spurs fans say they wouldn't want Lautaro Martinez up front. You have to laugh at our fan base. You really, really do have to laugh. Listen, they're a very, very good team. They're a very good team. 1-0 up against Atletico Madrid as well from the first leg. Mr. Box Office is in the house. Said Gallagher. I don't know why we're talking about him. Gallagher is like Jermaine Jenas. We signed from Newcastle, but he was not great. Hard work should be a given. You can get that from the academy. Ollie Skip, for example. I think he's better than that. I think he's better than that. If you watch how Chelsea collapsed the moment he came off the pitch in the cup final. Yeah, again, Inter are brilliant in the free transfers. DJ Uvo, again, the excuse is Klopp's kids have been training the Klopp way for years, can't just throw kids in. It's always the excuse for Tottenham. It's always Spurs that can't do it. Every other football club can. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah. I wish we had a shaky defence that's only conceded 26 goals so far. You've got to laugh, right? Arsenal have conceded only 3 less goals than City, but City have a shaky defence. I love it. Where these people come up with these things just absolutely crack me up. Bill has said Nathan Ake is one of the best defenders in the world. I think he's a brilliant player. Again, this is what our fans do, right? Watch Nathan Ake defend, right? Udogie's good bombing forward into midfield, but he's still a kid and defensively is naive. Nathan Ake is a brilliant player. Look, again, Ange is the weak link in that City defence. Why? Why is he? Can I ask, where is this notion that Man City aren't good at the back? Can I ask where this notion is? Let's have a look, right? Let's have a look. I just don't know where it comes from. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. So, in the Premier League, ready? This shaky defence of Man City's. Their last game, they didn't concede against Bournemouth. They didn't concede against Brentford. They conceded 1 to Chelsea. They didn't concede against Everton. 1 to Brentford. Right? 1 to Burnley. 2 to Newcastle. Didn't concede Sheffield United. 1 to Everton. Didn't concede. I could go on and on and on. This shaky defence, it's not real. I don't know where people are making this stuff up from. Yeah, but listen, that's the way they've always played, isn't it, my friend? That's the way Man City have always played. When you play... No. Sorry, 1 second. No. Come in. Oh. Sorry, naughty Stewie. Naughty Stewie. That's the way they've always played. Big up George, said smash the likes. Smash the likes. Big up to you. Yeah, we've got 108 likes and 225 people inside the house. Daniel, honestly, I kid you not, I remember doing streams and people saying to me, I'm not sure if Martinez would do it in the Premier League. This guy, this guy is a goal scorer, right? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a look at Lautaro Martinez, right? Lautaro Martinez. Here we go. Lautaro Martinez, ready? This is his goal scoring stats in all competitions, right? In all competitions for the last 5 years. 26, 26, 26, 28, and he's already got 26 this year. This guy is a goal scorer. This is a goal scoring machine. I would love this guy in our team. Love him in our team. No way he's ever going to sign for Spurs. Video Kabri Sofiana said, look, Ake going forward and look at Udogie going forward. Going forward, Udogie eats Ake. Again, one of them is playing left back for the best team in the world. The other one isn't. I mean, we can do this all day long. You've got to be able to defend as well. I don't know when we forgot this as Spurs fans. Everything clubs do to beat Spurs is down our wings where Udogie and Porro play. Now, I'm not blaming them, but because we play inverted, I'm taking Ake all day long. All day. I'm sorry, guys. Who are you taking? In the chat, if you had the chance right now at left back, Ake or Udogie? Let's be brutally honest here. And I'm sure we'll get loads of Udogies from Spurs fans, but hey, it is what it is. Where are we? Philly has said, I watched the way Gallagher panicked in front of goal in the cup final numerous times. But is that how we're judging a player? Is that how we're judging him? I think as Spurs fans, I think even you, Philly, I think we need to get a grip of reality here. I think we need a grip and reality as to who we are as a football club. I look at players that don't do a lot in our club, and then we look at other players like this, who's been one of the best players at his club this season, and we go, "Nah, we wouldn't want him." Let's have a look. Yeah, I agree, Bill. I agree. Yeah, we're linked with all the kids. Manager doesn't like playing kids. I agree. Oh, yeah. Listen, Inter Milan will batter Tottenham Hotspur. Let me put that out there straight away. Where are we? Okay, so Udogie has gone Ake, Udogie, Ake, Udogie. I love it. Anyone who thinks that they would like Udogie over Ake, it is pure bias. Watch this guy defend. He's been brilliant. Ake, neither. Ben Davis all day long. Daniel I said, oh Christ, Ake is absolute class. I agree, mate. I think he's a brilliant footballer. But you know what? Because he's gone under the radar a bit. You have to, Daniel, you've got to love our fans. It doesn't matter. Our fans would rather have Romero and Van de Ven than Saliba and Gabriel, than Van Dijk and Konate. That's where we're at. That's where we're at as a fan base. We've always been that way. We're always going to be that way. It's because of people like this. We can't, like, not for me, not one Spurs player gets in that Man City 11. Not one Spurs player gets anywhere near the Man City 11 for me. How we laugh. Daniel said it's a myth that Udogie is more attacking. Udogie has 3 assists and 2 goals. Ake has 2 assists and 3 goals. Look, for me, all I know is one of them is brilliant at defending. Yeah, listen, I think we all hope they're back. We all hope they're back. Yeah, I agree. But listen, fans see what they want to see, Daniel. You know what? The reason why you get called negative when you're on your Facebook posts, whatever, the reason why I get called negative is because we don't just say every Spurs player is the best. Yeah? The Spurs fans that say Romero's better than Saliba. Watch Arsenal defend. Just madness. Video complete. Sofiane has said Juventus would win against us if we play them. Their low block is so solid and we would struggle to score goals. Look, there are many teams that we struggle against. Wolves, against Everton, against Brighton. We're struggling against most teams. I mean, this is just silly. This is just silly. This is sorry, Philly. I love you to bits, man, but no, he's not. He's better. He's much better than that. I take Ake, Man City. Savva are spending 56 million on Gallagher. We haven't spent 50-60 million on Gallagher. And by the way, anyone who thinks he just works hard clearly hasn't looked at all his stats this season. I just think we just say things flippantly like he just works hard. Watch how Chelsea are with him and without him. That's all you got to do. Watch them with him, watch them without him. Stanikush has said, Romero grates on me, if I'm honest. I feel his time is near to us cashing in on him. I've said what I've said all the way along. Right? Romero's a good player, no more, no less. He's just not this brilliant centre-half that everyone makes him out to be. Udogie, because he's a natural left-sided player and Kiwior is not. VDV. So VDV gets in over John Stones, Diaz, Vardio and Ake. I don't think he does, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I really don't think he does. Video complete. He thinks Gallagher is very good. Get the fraud Arteta on my club that said the Champions League will be harder to win next season, especially with Mbappe going to Madrid. Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo up front is frightening. Sure. Stanley Kush I said it's the messy comment that gives Romero his hype. Listen, I like Romero. He's a good defender, but I think what's happened is so many Spurs fans have gone so over the top. So over the top. Video complete. I said, Ange, Ake can't play fullback for Ange. He can only play centre-back. So, yeah, Nathan Ake, who plays for the greatest tactical manager in the world, wouldn't be able to play in Postecoglou's complicated system. I don't know where do we get this from? Why on earth would he not be able to play in Postecoglou's system but can play for Pep Guardiola? I will never get it. I will never ever get how our fans overrate everyone. I will never ever get it. Vardiol. Udogie's a young kid with a lot of mistakes in him, who's very naive, who's good at driving forward. Yeah, Vardiol for me is solid. Vardiol is good on the ball, doesn't make many mistakes. He's good. He can play centre back as well. I'm taking Vardiol all day long. Daryl, big up to you, my brother. Said if VDV gets in the team, then Pep will target him this summer. Then, right? I mean, look, I think the thing is they don't need him. I don't think they need him. When you look at their five the players that can play centre half, John Stones, who I think is absolutely phenomenal. Diaz is brilliant. Ake, Vardiol, Akanji. What? They don't need him. They don't need him. Yes, because Vardiol was experienced while being 22. Listen, I didn't say that at all. I just think that he's a top player. There's a reason City went and spent the money on him. There's a reason he was so raved about. Come on. Ake can only play centre-back for Ange, can't play full-back. He can't shoot and he can't cross. I mean, so when do you see Udogie getting down the line and crossing the ball? Really? But again, Alex, I see your point about Gallagher, but does he help us go for the title in the next few years? Does he help us narrow the gap? We need a squad. I keep seeing this. If anyone thinks 2 or 3 players is going to narrow the gap for Spurs, we need a squad. Spurs are not going to buy the players that can go and narrow that gap. I don't know why people thought we would. We are not going to do that. We buy Timo Werner's, Alex. That's what we buy. Yeah. I mean, listen, that's fine. I'd take him all day long. I'd take him in our squad all day long. I think people forget as well, we've got a lot of football next year. The thing is for me with Conor Gallagher is he is what he is. And what I mean by that is, no, he's not a superstar signing. Yeah? But he's available every game, can play in multiple positions, tackles for fun, great engine, adds some goals. His work rate, his determination, he drives forward with a ball. It just makes me laugh. Dale, I said, I think Spurs are 2 poor results away from our fans wanting a low block, defensive-minded system again. Not me. That style of football should be illegal. For me, I just want to see a happy medium. You know, it doesn't have to be Conte or what we're seeing now. But I could see more of our current young players getting sold to bigger, richer clubs in a few years. Yeah, I can as well. We just don't play them. I'd love Matt O'Reilly. But again, what we've got to see before we say he's better than Gallagher, we've got to see Matt O'Reilly do it, not in the Scottish League, with all due respect. We've seen Gallagher do it in the Premier League for a few years. We've seen him do it in an England shirt. No. Why would I play Kiwior over Udogie? No. Listen, I would, Daniel, bang on. Right? Why are we not going hell for leather to get a Bowen or a Kudos from West Ham? Sure, bang on. Absolute brilliant players. Yeah. Ben wants, listen, I'd love an Eze. I've said that for years as well. But we keep buying average footballers, Ben. How are you, mate? I haven't heard from you for a long time. I thought we'd fallen out. Just kidding. Much love, bro. I hope you're well. I hope you're keeping yourself busy, and I hope the coffee shop is going well. Beyond 72 has said, yeah, VDV isn't good enough for City and Liverpool. Needs to stay at Tottenham. Listen, I think VDV is going to be a top defender, but I just can't see how he walks into Man City right now. I just can't. I really, really can't. I think we're doing that thing again where we put our players that are there and we put them on this pedestal. You know, I hear that Son's great, Bentancur's great, Maddison's great, Basuma's great, Papa Sarr's great, Kulu's great, Udogie, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Vicario. Then why are we 13 points off the top? Yeah, we got to take it into stock. They're just not as good as we think. Who would you rather have, Gallagher or Zubimendi, Rifa? I would. Why does it have to be either or? I think we need to build out the squad. This year, you could potentially be losing Skip, Højbjerg, Lo Celso, and Ndombele. 4. You've got to bring in more midfielders. Why does it always have to be Gallagher or this guy? Why can't it be a couple of them? Why can't it be 3 of them? Why do we think so small? I just don't get it. Oliver said, you get what you get with Gallagher. At least he'll put a foot in, break up attacks. And in this system, you need a midfielder like that. We have one in Højbjerg, but fans slate him. But you need these players. I think the thing is, he's not mobile enough to do it. I think when you look at Gallagher, he is mobile enough to do it. I think Gallagher, for me, is the next level up from Højbjerg. But you're right. You need a bloke that can get his foot in and do that. Angus said, so what's he done in the Champions League, Matt? I don't know what they're going on about. If we don't buy world-class players, at least buy exciting players, says Daryl. Yeah, we did. We bought Brennan Johnson. Did anyone watch Kudus the other night? Not his best game, but still went flying at his fullback at every chance. Had about 4 digs from outside the box. Listen, I said it in the summer. When people were saying we couldn't do better than Kudus. Like, this guy wouldn't want Kudus. Like Daniel, mind blown. Watch our wingers and then watch Kudus. I'd take him all day, every day. They might have been, but they didn't put in a bid. Ben, that sounds painful. Hope you're well, brother. Chuck me a WhatsApp later. Say hello. Be nice to hear from you. SAH said, Bowen is not the player we need. He's had one good season out wide and many subpar seasons. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look at this subpar player that we're talking about. I don't know what people are watching to say these things. Jared Bowen walks in our team. Jared Bowen, in his last 3 seasons, just in the league, has scored 36 goals and got 18 assists. Sorry, what are we doing here? So he's averaging 21 or 22 goal assist contributions a season for the last 3 years. And you're saying he's had one good season. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If we look at Mohamed Kudus, Mohamed Kudus, he's got 3 goals in Europe. He's got 2 in the cups. That's 5, 6 in. So Kudus is on 11 goals and 5 assists. But again, we're doing that thing again. No one's good enough for us. It's madness. Where are we? Fulton Kobe Mainu looks a good young player. Needs time to grow. Needs time to learn. I just think the world of football fans will do what they do with everyone else, make him into a world beater before he actually is. Good young player. Tony Rodriguez. I said, we are the FFP champions. So just go and get Krashkilia and Rafinha. Krashkilia, son of Rafinha. I don't think Krashkilia would join Tottenham. I think he'd have bigger fish to fry, if I'm being completely honest. Completely agree. Bowen, Kudus and Paqueta are better than all our forwards bar Son. Completely agree. I watched him score a hat-trick. Yeah. Where are we? I honestly, it makes me laugh. John has said Bowen is class. Bowen is sick. I take Bowen all day long. Jim Bowen, whoever this is. Who remembers Jim? Him one. What was it? It's It's a tape player with rewind facility. Oh God, I used to love Bullseye. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're well. Smash that like button, people. Only 120 likes. There's 254 of you inside the chat. Smash that like button. If you would like to do a super chat, you can. You don't have to, of course. Ben, he's sticking 100 million on the table for Bowen. I'll ask you this. Imagine you've got Bowen one side, Son the other, and then you actually buy a proper centre forward. How frightening would that be? Absolutely cracked me up. Oliver has said Ake can't play left back is the funniest comment when that's where Pep mostly plays him. Ake is top class, really underrated. I've seen him cutting on his weaker foot and curl one in against Arsenal. We don't do that. He's a class footballer. Listen, Pep Guardiola doesn't keep you around that long if you're not class, does he? Let's be brutally honest. Let's have a look at Nathan Ake, shall we? Let's see how long this player who wouldn't get in above Udogie has played for Man City. This is just his fourth season. Just his fourth season. You have to laugh. You really, really do. Paqueta all day. Take him all day as well. I would take Kudus over Saka and Neto and over Saka and Neto over Martinelli any day. Interesting. Arsenal fans joining in. Yeah, Levy will probably play Mason in centre mid if he could save the pennies. Oh, good old Daniel Levy. Nothing will change. Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah, he's about opinions, but do you not watch Kudus? He looks brilliant. Like what? Ronnie, answer me this. What does he not do? Yeah, what does he not do? I don't know. 100 million is a bit high, but I'd have him. Yeah, listen, I don't care how much money we spend. Just buy the players we need. Get it done. Big up to you. Jean Gray, Mark 2. Big up. SAH has said, Savva, read my comment properly. Bowen's best seasons are as centre forward, not out wide, which is the area we talk about improving. So prior to the season, 2 of the last 3 seasons, he got 6 to 8 goals, 5 assists in 38. Mate, listen, whenever I watch Jarrod Bowen play, he's a handful. Wherever he plays, on the right, through the middle, on the left, the guy is an absolute handful. But that's not true. In 2 of the last 3 seasons, he got 6 to 8. No, it's not true. Last season, he got 6. West Ham had a bad year in the league. The year before that, he got 12 goals. This year, he's already on 14. So that's not true. Amen. Rights Wildlife saying, let's get Savva to 200 likes. ASAP. Big up to you. Bowen is everything Angus feeds Saka. Ben has said, buy Ollie Watkins as well. Front 4 of Madder's Son, Watkins and Bowen would scare teams. It would, but can you see Aston Villa selling their best player? I can't see it in a million years. And I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to ask this question to Spurs fans, to all fans in here. This should be interesting. Why would Ollie Watkins leave Aston Villa to go Tottenham Hotspur? I'm just asking that question. I'm not saying either way. Yeah? Why? Give me reasons why Ollie Watkins would leave Aston Villa to join Tottenham Hotspur. What are we doing that Aston Villa aren't? I'll leave that there, and then I'll come to those comments in a minute when they start piling up. Before I do that, big up to the Big D, who has said Bowen and Kudus or Neto, Dreamland. Mate, I'd take all 3 of them. If Spurs had any ambition, we're not buying Brennan Johnson. We're buying these players. We're not buying Solomon and Werner on loan and Kulusevski. We're buying Bowen and Kudus and Neto. We're buying proper wingers, proper wide men, proper strikers of a football. But big up to you, the Big D. Thank you for all your support. And another person with all the support. Big up, Blaine Dev. Hope you are well, my friend. So question, Savva, with the crop of good talent coming through the under-21s, would you prefer large investments in transfers or blooding more youth? I'd prefer both, Blaine Dev. I'd prefer both. What makes me laugh is you look at the number of signings we make every window for players that are probably not better than what you've got. You know, you've got Dorrington at the club who can't get a minute and you buy Ashley Phillips. I'm not saying Phillips won't be good, but that example. You've got Donnelly, Lancashire, Santiago, Sunsot Bell, but we go and buy Valise. It's like, I don't get it. Why can't we buy top players and then blood our youngsters rather than always buying youngsters? I don't know, my friend. I don't know, but big up to you. Thank you so much. Always so so generous. Thank you so much for that. Really do appreciate it. I really appreciate any super chats that do come my way. And please keep smashing that like button. Where are we? Yes, I agree. I agree with Mr. Trick not getting kudos before West Ham. Completely agree. Hang on, I just want to prove someone wrong. Hang on, let's go to the 1 second. Please bear with me 1 second, everyone. Here, Santiago. Where is he? Where is he? Why can't I find him? Here he is. Here he is. Okay. So this comment is brilliant. Jimenez is a ghost in 2024, has struggled to score goals. I think Feyenoord are overrating him. Nowhere near worth 50 million. Santiago Jimenez has 19 goals in 22 league games. And that's 19 in 22. Last year, he had 15 in 32. That means in his last 54 games, he scored 34 goals in 54 games. But he's ghosted. What are we doing? What are we doing here? What is going on? Yeah, I love Bullseye. Oh, yeah, and Jet on Gladiators. Absolutely. I don't really know who this is. If I'm honest, I don't know who that is. I can't really comment, I'm afraid. Big up. Where are we? Here we go. Kudos thinks outside the box. Even watching on TV, you're like, how did he see that 3v1 and he still comes out on top? He's got the strength and speed and a hack. We think Ndombele has. Listen, I just think this is a top footballer. And in the summer, when some fans like me were saying, get Bakayoko, get Kudos, get Cole Palmer, get Diaby. Nope, we got Brennan Johnson. Levels to this game. Big up to you. Let's see. Daniel has said Bowen's goals in all comps last 3 seasons, 18, 13, 17. Scores multiple times in every comp he plays. I agree. It's a no-brainer for me. Oh, here we go. Another one. Whose whole family are Arsenal? Oh, God. Watkins would leave Villa for money. Why? Do you think he's being paid badly at Villa? I'm not sure. SAH again, really probably prior to this season, 2021, 21, 22. Only one of those he did well with 10. But I'm talking about the last 3 seasons he's played, including this one. He's been brilliant. I don't understand. I can't understand how anyone is watching Jarrod Bowen and think he doesn't improve Spurs. Stanley Cusher said Watkins is almost 29, so wouldn't pay too much, but Villa would demand a lot. I just can't see that they'd sell him, especially not to us. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand people trying to knock him. If Spurs had a player doing what Bowen was doing, we'd be all over it. In the last 2 seasons, Jarrod Bowen, if I'm not wrong, has scored more goals than Son. If I'm not wrong, I might be wrong on that, but I'm thinking he's there or thereabouts. Oh wow, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed at this moment. I'm embarrassed. If we're going to compare Johnson, this is madness. This is absolute. Unfortunately, as a fan, you've got what you deserve. I'm going to say it. People will call me out. People will tell me it's rude. You've got what you deserve. If you can't look at Johnson and Bowen and see the difference, mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. Yeah, I don't get it. We're doing that thing. We're doing that thing where we knock players. Look, okay, so what? He's had a bit of a bad spell. So what? Players go through. Okay, let's sell Son then. Did we sell Son last season when he didn't score some goals? It's absolute madness. Absolute madness. I honestly, the more and more I'm on YouTube, the more and more I realise that some Spurs fans don't want success. Look at the way we belittle top players. Look at the way we belittle players that are doing really well and then really like ours. Agreed. You've got your Tottenham back. Oliver Rooks has said Brighton just signed some Ghanaian 18-year-old kid from Nordsland. Same team as Kudus came from 4 acts. Watch him become class 2. We get Werners who are proven to be bad and make them worse. I agree. I completely agree. You watch lots of good things about this kid. We'll see what he does. But listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think that's quite how it works in the grown-up world, Angus. I don't think Danny Dyer's going to stop Jared Bowen moving for his career. I really, really don't. I don't get it either, Daryl. Today, so far, we've seen Santiago Jimenez belittled, right? Kudus, Jared Bowen. I mean, who are we going to belittle? It's comparing apples and oranges when you include a centre forward versus wingers. I'm comparing a player when he's a winger. Look at Son's output when he was through the middle versus out wide. As centre forward, he got golden boot. Did he? Wasn't Kane still in the club when he got the golden boot? Wasn't he the centre forward? The game, I love this. It said to get Watkins, give him front row tickets to all Beyonce shows. All I'm saying is, imagine you had Bowen and Son. You could rotate. One could go up front in a game. One could go left. One could go right through the middle. I don't understand how anyone would not want Jared Bowen. The guy is a machine and better than anything we've got out wide. Angus, yeah, but listen, we're talking about the world of grown-up football careers here. Danny Dyer's not going to go, yeah, Jared, you can't go to Tottenham. See? The Big D, big up to you, said, remember at the start of the season, we were linked to Douglas Luiz, and a lot of our fans said he wouldn't make our team. This. Remember? Douglas Luiz, well, I'm not sure he's better than what we've got. Douglas Luiz walks into our team. Douglas, we keep doing this. We keep doing this. We did this all summer. I remember people saying they wouldn't want Lautaro Martinez. People wouldn't want Bakayoko. People wouldn't want Diaby. He's no good. People wouldn't want. I remember when we were linked with Ake. I wouldn't want Ake. We just constantly overrate our own players. But big up to you. Thank you so much, the Big D. Completely agree with you. We got players like Skip and Lo Celso and Ndombele and Højbjerg, but we wouldn't want Douglas Luiz. We wouldn't want Conor Gallagher. It just absolutely makes me laugh. And we do have the club we deserve at times. We really, really do. Shem Tan said, has Levy seen how much more... Sorry, let me start that again. Has Levy seen how much money Chelsea made from selling youth and is using our academy to create pure profit by building them up and selling them? Well, if he's going to do it, do it. But at the moment, we're not making good money from it, are we? But listen, Chelsea did it better than anyone, didn't they? And now City are doing it. Liverpool, I think, will. Liverpool, I think, are doing that as well. I think they will do that. Big up Belgrade Wanderer. I hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Angus has said, Luis better than Basuma. I agree, without a doubt. Even John McGinn would walk into your team. I completely agree with you. I completely agree. I think McGinn and Luis, you know what you get every game from them in centre mid. You know what you get. Ours are 2 hit and miss. Bentancur's hit and miss. Basuma's hit and miss. Sar's hit and miss. I agree, Sunny Kush. I agree. I think he's a great player. Sunny Kush said we don't ever play our youth to sell them. Well, that's the difference. Is Chelsea played their youth or loaned them to top clubs across Europe, then sold them for 20, 25, 30 million. We don't even do that. Would I take Rabiot? I like Rabiot as a player. I just think there's a lot of baggage that comes with Rabiot. I think there's a lot of baggage, but he's a good footballer for sure. Bill said, where does this notion come from that we buy players young to sell them? All I've seen is we buy players to keep them for 10 years. Oh, never change, Tottenham. Never, ever change, Tottenham Hotspur. Big up to Finn Brazil, who said, Basuma is unplayable at his best, but he's inconsistent. You just never know what you're going to get from him. You never, ever know what you're going to get from him, do you? And Angus said, wow, Savva, agree. Listen, Angus, I'll always, look, I'm not biased. I'll agree or disagree depending if I think it's right. I miss Martinez, got a bargain. Would you take Alvarez from West Ham? I like Alvarez in centre mid for them. There's a lot of players I like across Europe. There's a lot of players I like, Rights Wildlife, that Tottenham fans just completely belittle at every opportunity. But then when we sign an 18-year-old or we link with Nusa, we suddenly become experts in all the best young players across world football. It absolutely cracks me up. Possibly, you know, Pep freshens it up. This will be his third year. I don't know. I really don't know, but I'd take him all day long. Superior to what we've got. Stanica said we kill a lot of players' careers. Let's be honest. Yeah, we do. We really, really do. Yeah. When you say we do play youth, I mean, I'm talking about anyone coming through the academy, man. When you say like hashtag save our academy, look, you know, our academy teams have been brilliant for a while now, and you're not seeing Sunsop Bell, Santiago. You're not seeing Dorrington. Seeing none of them. I mean, in the last few years, we just haven't done it. We'll see. Yeah, he's looking good at the moment, isn't he? Whenever I watch Wolves. Paulinho, Neto, Watkins. I mean, yeah, I can't see all three of them coming to us. I mean, the first two, yes, I can't see Watkins, but yes, Christian, I agree. That's the sort of window where you look at and go, wow, we've added two brilliant attacking options. We've added a proper DM. Yeah, you're adding great squad depth and quality, but I just don't think we do it. But I completely agree with you. Guys and girls, I am going to leave it there. A nice cheeky little hour and a half. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So please join me for that. If you haven't smashed the like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed, then please do. I haven't asked once in the last hour and a half. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. There is the link to subscribe. Please do. Please. It would be much appreciated. Much love. Really enjoy the football chats in the morning. We're back now with a bang. I will see you tomorrow. Much love. And as always, come on, you Spurs.